ready. You can cross the border. Send them back to Washington, D.C. and let you find it to
No tent city! No tent city! No tent city!
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. You're a pedophile child. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Get out! Shut up! Say it clear. Shut up! Shut up! Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Shut up! You support child prostitution. You support 13-year-old girls being prostituted.
Right here. Right here.
Shut up! The entire neighborhood wearing your mask. You can't even breathe. How many vaccines did you get?
Say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud. Say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here.
Fuck out of here.
Say it loud.
Fuck out of here.
Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud. Say it clear.
Fuck out of here.
Separate.
Say it loud, say it clear.
Do me a favor. Huh? Do me a favor. Go back. I got you. Listen. Just back up. Huh? Say it loud. Say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Just say it loud. Say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud.
Good night, good night, good night. No tent city!
No tent city!
No tent city!
No tent city! No tent city!
What's your answer? People coming at us. I'm from here too, man. I'm from here too. I am immigrating too, man. What are you going to do about that, huh? What's your answer? Not welcome. Immigrants are welcome here.
This is good. It's a protest.
Like to be next week, right? Get home safely.
Why don't you take them to your house, bro? You're a dumb motherfucker. You're a dumb motherfucker.
Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. Say it loud, say it clear. Immigrants are welcome here. They're allowed to protest. Say it clear.
I grew up in Eastern Queens. My family immigrated here in the 90s. This is an immigrant community, and I think it's absolutely shameful that people are coming here to tell migrants that they're not welcome here. This is a diverse place in Queens, and Queens is the world's borough. I think people deserve a chance and deserve a dignified life out here as well.
What do you say to their concern about safety and they don't want
Right. You know, there are still undocumented immigrants in this neighborhood too. A lot of people out here don't even know who their neighbors are right now. So I think it's a fear-mongering tactic to tell people that the people coming to this neighborhood are dangerous. We've heard that fear-mongering in this immigrant neighborhood for years, and I think it's extremely painful that those same talking points are being peddled here right now as well.
What can the city do better?
Yeah, I think our local elected officials have been called upon to provide the resources that are ready in this neighborhood. There are a number of community organizations, faith institutions who are ready to welcome migrants here, and we are ready to work with these people. But they have instead chosen to organize a rally that's filled with hate and fear-mongering of people who have told people like me that I don't belong here to my face, tried to touch some of my neighbors here as well who are trying to speak in opposition. And I think it's incumbent on them to speak up for the immigrants who really deserve a chance, fair housing, especially in the middle of a housing crisis. And I hope that they will.
No tent city! No tent city! No tent city! No tent city! Say it loud, say it clear! Immigrants are welcome here! Say it loud, say it clear!
Okay, so all of a sudden, we didn't have any fair warning. We had nothing.
So we have an apartment co-op complex in the borough of Queens. 50 buildings, panhandling. There's ways of saying you have spare change and ways of saying you better give it to me or else.
Hello? Hello, everybody. Hello? No!
Know about that. All right.
You know, we're here today because the neighborhoods are changing. The mayor, the governor, they don't care what's happening to all of the New York City neighborhoods. I always thought there was a law that you have an elementary school right across the street. You have 1,000 men coming in. You don't know which ones are pushing the drugs. You don't know who's involved with trafficking young people. You have a baseball field that's run by our caravan. And how could you think they're going to stay in the tent? And honestly, we also deal with Creedmoor as it is. That, you know, the close deli, I'm sometimes nervous about going in. I don't go anymore. So now there'll be 1,000 men. There's a community on the property of senior citizens. There's a housing development. Technically, they own it now, but it's on the property. The other side, you have an elementary school, a middle school, and a high school. I thought there was a law. You know, you couldn't be within a certain amount of feet, yards from an elementary school, any school. So, and it's almost like it's a done deal. You know, we're standing here, and this is all going on, and, you know, did anybody show up? Is anybody in New York City in agreement with us? And it's very disappointing. I've lived here for 40 years, and I'm already looking.
Well, to express my disenchantment with what's going on with this tent city, it definitely affects the community. SNAP, the adult senior citizens are certainly going to be affected by this. We have schools next door. And it's not right. It's too much for this area. There's nothing around here. It's a desolate area.
What is a concern of what might happen?
Crime. Just people walking around with nothing to do. I honestly believe that a lot of bad things. These people were never vetted when they came in. You don't know what disease they're carrying. And again, as I say, crime, you don't know their backgrounds. It was not done right. The borders should not have been open the way they were.
All the calls of the 105th precinct. No more meetings, no more anything. And by the way, we haven't been in that building. It hasn't been a meeting.